Good evening, everybody, and welcome to O'Grady Field for the championship final. We finally got here. There were 7 teams started. There are 2 left. Lynn got a big win here last night against Peabody to force this if necessary game, carrying it 1 more tournament game. Lynn trying to make it 5 in a row after losing the opening game of the tournament. Peabody won their first 3, drew a bye, waiting to see who came out of the losers bracket. And it was Lynn, and Lynn beat him. So now Peabody has to win this game, or Lynn is going to be the champions. The pressure was off Peabody a little bit, having to win 1 out of 2. But now the pressure goes back on when this is for all the marbles. Matt Smith is on the mound, and boy, he can bring it. He made a couple of great plays at shortstop last night. He threw the ball 80 miles an hour. And here's that fastball. Lynn's going to have to try and catch up to him. This is Justin Jennings, who was huge last night for Lynn as he fouls the pitch off. He knocked in the first 2 runs with a 2-out triple. He knocked in the 3rd run with a 2-out single. And he made a couple of nice catches, 1 great catch in center field. And Lynn won the game 5-1. So he was it for Lynn last night. Hit by the first baseman in a right field for a base hit. So Jennings gets a base hit, and we're off and running. Christian Figueroa, the shortstop, has had a very good tournament. He's had some big hits, played well at short. Hush the button, fouls it off. Low and away for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. In for a strike. Matt Smith is going to rear back and throw and say, I'm going to throw as hard as I can, see if you can hit it. Hit foul. Figueroa stays alive. Lynn lost the first game in the tournament 9-5 to Danvers. After that, they outscored the opposition 41-5 going into last night's game. Safe, he stole second base. Got a good jump. Slid ahead of the tag, gets himself in scoring position. So 41-5. They made it 46-6 with the 5-1 win last night. They've scored 55 runs and given up 15. That's including the 9 they gave up to Danvers. Hit foul, that's going to go out of play. So this is a far different team than the team that played the first game against Danvers. Down and away for a ball. The count goes full. They had 1 inning where they made 3 errors, walked a couple, hit a batter, gave Danvers 5 runs, and couldn't come back. And that's ball 4. Figueroa draws a walk. Since then, the defense has played well, the pitching has been outstanding, and the hitting has come around with those 46 runs. Josh Doney is the pitcher today. In for a strike. Josh got one of the big wins on the mound. He lost the first game, pitched very well, deserved a better fate. In the dirt by the catcher, the wild pitch will move everybody up. So second and third with nobody out. Donnie looking to put the ball in play. Love a base hit. Jennings, full tilt, flying to go home, and then thought better, but when he saw the catcher hot and it come up with the ball, he quickly hustled back to third base. Hit to third. The only play they have is at first, and he beat it. They hesitated. Donnie gets a base hit and an RBI. The third baseman thought about going home, took a long look, and took too long a look. The run scored. Donnie is safe at first, and Lynn gets on the board first. Almost hit Catone on the head. The wild pitch sends Donnie to second base. So it's second and third again, this time with a run in and nobody out. Another wild pitch. Smith last night made a couple of great throws from shortstop, from deep shortstop, out in the outfield grass and threw runners out. But he threw a couple others that were way over the first baseman's head. Now it looks like he's really trying to overthrow. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. Chases the high pitch, swings through it for strike three. One away for Jake Peterson. He got a big double last night, knocked in a run. He had a tremendous performance on the mound. Getting a win for Lynn. There were quite a few. The runner's coming from third. He's going to be in. Good hustle by Figueroa. It hit the backstop and rolled down towards the Peabody dugout. So Peterson's job here is to put the ball in play. Again, you'd love a base hit, but put the ball in play to get that runner from third home. In for a strike. Well, the first two hitters reached, and the first two hitters have scored. Hit to first. They make the play at first. That's nice job by Peterson. He gets an RBI.
Now batting the catcher, number 5, Lynn.
So the first three hitters have scored. And Lynn has jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Kyle Donnie, the catcher, hits it to second base. They'll make the play and throw him out for the third out, but Lynn comes up big. They put 3 on the board, and before Josh Donnie throws a pitch, he's got a 3-0 lead.
In right field, we have a table set up where we are selling the last
2 hits. The walk was big.
$6 a piece, 2 for 10. Someone come down and buy them both and sell us out, please. Also, we are selling tickets to
The 2 hits. One was an RBI. One scored in the wild pitch. The other one scored in a ground ball to first. The walk was big. Figueroa drew the walk. He wound up scoring the second of 3 runs. And Donnie on the mound has got a 3-run cushion before he throws a pitch.
we have mega blowout sale. Ice cream and slush is now 50 cents a piece. Hot dogs and popcorn $1 each.
You know, the concession stand is announcing all the sales they have going on because it's the last night of the tournament. They don't want to wind up being stuck with a lot of this stuff.
Come on down, pay Ann a visit. She's getting lonely. Come on down, give her a hand.
They had T-shirts that were opening night were $15 a piece, 2 for $25. They're now $6 as they try to get rid of them. James Smith, who was the starting pitcher last night, will lead it off for Peabody. So Lynn has made the Lynn fans here happy, at least for the top of the first inning. We got a long way to go. But a good start for Lynn. James Smith will try to get something started for Peabody. In for a strike. Downey pitched an outstanding game the other night. Hit right back to the mound. Downey will handle it. So we have a family battery. Josh Downey on the mound, Kyle Downey behind the plate. And he's done a terrific job catching all of these games. Hit foul at home plate. Jerry Tolentino came in relief of Smith last night and pitched the last 5 innings. He scored the 1 run last night that Peabody got. Hit to third. There's that defense. Catone comes up with the play. Talking to the coaches, they said, it's nice to make those sensational plays, but if we make the normal plays, we think we'll be okay. And they've been doing that so far through the tournament after that first game. Jake John Pierre, the left fielder, is the hitter.
The left fielder, number 11, Jake Jean-Pierre.
It's dropped outside for a ball. Low again, 2-0. High and away for a ball, 3-0. Changed the 3-0 pitch. He had the green light on 3-0. That was up and away. That was ball 4. Tony got help on that pitch. Hit foul. So Donnie was behind 3-0. And all of a sudden it's 3-2. Trying to come all the way back against Jean-Pierre. The payoff pitch. Started to pull the trigger, held up, and it's ball 4. The game for Peabody last night started this way. Galvin struck out the first 2 hitters, walked the next batter, and Alex Jackson, who's hitting now, hit a shot for a single to put 2 on. but then he got the third strikeout in the inning, got out of the inning. This young man can swing the bat. Little off-speed pitch. He was way out in front. Good pitch by Donnie. He's a big boy for 12 years old. Had to dance his way out of the way of that one. 1-1, the count. Hit in the air. Popped up in the short left field. Figueroa makes the play. The walk doesn't hurt. So Lynn wins the first inning. We still have 6 left, but they won the first inning. It's Lynn 3, Peabody nothing at the end of 1. Lynn's trying to get going again. We apologize. We had technical difficulties. We didn't get Mike Phelps swinging the bat. He came as close as anybody to hitting the ball out of the ballpark for Lynn. He hit it off the top of the fence for a big hit. In for a strike. He winds up at second base on the wild pitch. And Lynn's trying to add to their 3-0 lead. Wide for a ball, 2-1. Smith has thrown a few pitches here in the first inning because we haven't got out in the second inning yet. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 called. Everybody held their breath on Phelps' shot. It was almost dead center field, and it hit off the base of the fence. It was that close to being out. J.J. Avery tries to bunt and fouls it off. Avery's father, Rich, is one of the coaches. He's the guy that is in charge at Frazier Field, and Manning Field does a great job. Not an easy assignment when all the schedules, 5 high schools playing there, Navigators, pro soccer, the youth football teams that play there, and then you have to worry about the weather as well. 2 quick strikeouts after the hit. They leave it up to Ryan Emerald, the right fielder.
Now batting the right fielder, number 1, Ryan Emerald.
Phelps very wisely held up at second base. That ball bounced right back to the catcher. Pitch was way over his head. He kind of chopped at that like he was chopping wood. 1-1. Kind of tomahawked. I tried to. Wide for a ball. That was in for a strike. Off the catcher's glove, the pass ball will move Phelps over to third. He'd love to get this run home. Again, the pitch way over his head. So he gives up the hit. The runner reaches third, but then he strikes out the next 3 hitters. Gets himself out of trouble. We'll move into the bottom of the second inning. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for Peabody. Lynn holding on to a 3-0 lead. This is for all the marbles, the 36th annual Gallant Tournament. And these 2 teams have been in the final and against each other in the final more than any teams have played in this tournament. They're the two winningest teams in this Gallant tournament. It's been here at O'Grady Field for 34 of the 36. Last year and the year before, they had to move it to Beverly because the field needed to be reconstructed. They did a great job here at O'Grady Field fixing this up. Outstanding job, whoever did it. And they're back home here in Salem after a 2-year hiatus over to Beverly. Beverly very graciously allowed them to use their field. But it's back where the Salem people want it. Honoring a great gentleman, Gallant. Matt Smith, the pitcher, will lead off. We had a visitor walk over home plate. Found the exit, get out, we'll get back to baseball. He jumped on that off-speed pitch and drilled it into left field for a base hit. So Smith gets the first hit for Peabody. High for a ball. Joe Kika, the second baseman, is the hitter.
That was the pitcher, number 25, Matt Smith. Now batting the second baseman, number 24, Joseph Kika.
Hit foul off the backstop. Hit foul again. Count goes 1-2. Chop to first base. Safe at first. A collision at first. Just a little, almost like a swinging bunt down the first baseline. And by the time Avery got it, Kika was just about there at first base. He couldn't outstep him. So all of a sudden, Peabody has the tying run on home plate. Dylan Anisi, the third baseman, is the hitter with 2-1 and nobody out. Swing and a miss. Lefty against lefty here, the pitcher against the hitter. Swing and a miss again, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch up and coming. And he gets him on 3 pitches. First strikeout for Dorney. It'll bring up Mason Klickstein, the right fielder.
Thank you very much, though. Thank you.
Now batting the right fielder, number 50, Mason Klickstein.
Klickstein is the right fielder for Peabody. Try to change up, started high and stayed high. Swing and a miss. Got his money's worth and swung right through it. In for a strike. That little off-speed pitch. 1-2 the count. Gets a piece and fouls it off. Yeah, we'll do it again at 1-2. That one hits the backstop on the fly. By the time they realize it, I don't think they would have a chance for going anyway either. It bounced right back to Dorney, the catcher. So Smith very wisely stayed at second base. And now we got umpire going over to talk to I don't know if he's talking to one of the coaches. I don't know why anybody would say something after that pitch. It would hit the backstop on the flag. The 2-2 pitch, up and coming. Fouls it off again. Tony doesn't wait much time. Swing and a miss. That's another big strikeout.
That's 2 down, boys.
2 big strikeouts after the 2 hits. Zach Honnett, the catcher, is the hitter. High for a ball. Looked like he got a piece of it, and Donnie, the catcher, held on to the foul tip. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. We mentioned that Josh on the mound of the Donnie family doesn't waste much time. He gets the ball. He wants to catch it. He wants to throw it as soon as he catches it. Out in front of that off-speed pitch. And Donnie is 1 strike away from getting out of a jam. The 1-2 pitch. High for a ball. And we got our first deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on in inning number 2. So we got deuces all over the place. Hit right back to the mound. Nice job by the pitcher. He gives up 2 base hits and he takes care of it himself. 2 strikeouts and an assist. Peabody leaves 2. Those are 3 big outs for Lynn. We finished 2 here at the O'Grady Field in his 36th Gallant Tournament final. Lynn 3, Peabody nothing. Top of the order for Lynn. Lays the bunt down, and he beats it out for a base hit. His second hit, he led off the game with a hit and scored. Now he leads off the 3rd inning with a perfect bunt right on the grass.
Go, Christian.
Now batting the shortstop, number 6,
Christian Figueroa drew a walk and scored in that big first inning. Tried to hold up, couldn't. It was in for a strike anyway, and quickly it's 0-2. Hit by the first baseman in the right field. Jennings will on his way to third. Figueroa with a big hit. Lynn's got another threat. First and third with nobody out for the pitcher. He can help himself, Josh Donnie. He got a base hit. Hit a little slow roll to the third. When they were a little hesitant making the play, he beat it out and got an RBI. In for a strike. Lynn last night stole a run with first and third with the double steal. To the backstop, that'll move Figueroa over to second. Have to be careful at third base. That ball bounces almost right back to the catcher.
Come on, Josh, help yourself out, kid.
Second and third now. Up and away for a ball. 2-1 the count. Fouls it back. Evens the count at 2. Down and in, off the catcher's glove, the runner home, safe. Hustling by Jennings again. Pitch in the dirt, deflected away. Great hustle by Jennings. He's had a career these last night and the first couple of innings today. He's been immense for Lynn. He scores his second run. He knocked in the first 3 runs last night, made the big play in center field. Tap towards third, it bounces foul. So now we have a runner at third with nobody out. Lynn has extended the lead to 4-0. Hit in the center field for a base hit. Donnie helps himself.
Gotta help yourself out.
So Jennings and Figueroa scored back-to-back in the first inning. They go back-to-back here in the third inning. And all of a sudden it's 5-0 Lynn.
Number 9, Nate.
Nate Catone. Down and away for a ball. So the pitcher, Donnie helping himself.
Good eye, kid.
Started to pull the trigger, held up, but was down and away for a ball. I thought they called the first pitch a strike. The board says 2-0. Hit foul off the backstop.
Go, Nate.
Swing and a miss. The count evens at 2. So the top of the order getting it done for Lynn again here.
Good eye, kid.
Down and away. Nice stop by the catcher, Hartnett. And the count goes full. Missing for ball 4.
Get it back, Nick.
Catone did a good job hanging in. Draws the base on balls. And we're going to get a trip out to the mound, I think. So the wheels turning on both sides, offensively for Lynn, defensively for Peabody. They held Smith up for tonight. He's their ace. They went with a couple of others last night. Lynn made them pay because they won the game. So they thought they might have an edge coming back tonight with Smith on the mound, but Lynn is taking control here early. Jake Peterson did his job with a runner at third. He put the ball in play, got an RBI. He bounced out to first base, but he got the RBI, got the run in. Takes the pitch for a strike. And he's up now at first and third. Or first and second, excuse me. Showed bunt, pulled it back, and took it for a strike. Chased the high pitch and swung through it. These kids love that high pitch. They take strikes and they swing at those pitches over their heads. Good pitch for strike three. Kyle Donnie will be the hitter. He can help his brother out.
Go, Kyle. Pick him up, kid.
Catcher can help the pitcher out. The Donnie family. High and tight for a ball. Again, that high pitch, they love it. Fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chopped foul toward the Lynn dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Come on, Mike. Stay hot, kid. Come on.
Mike Phelps almost hit out of the ballpark. He hit a shot to dead center, hit the base of the fence.
Good eye, kid.
Down the way for a ball. He's the extra hitter. That was going up the middle. That's a nice play by the pitcher. That was a base hit up the middle. But Smith, who's a very good shortstop when he's not pitching, took that away.
All right, boys.
That was similar to Donnie, except he gave the 2 runs. Donnie struck out 2, got an assist. Smith struck out 2 and got an assist, but that was after giving up 2 more runs. So Lynn gets 2 more. They add to their lead. They did it with 2 base hits. The bunt by Jennings. The seeing eye base hit inside first base that moved him to third. And then Donnie, the pitcher, got a big base hit up the middle. And just like that, it's 5-0. This time the walk doesn't hurt. He's got 6 strikeouts in 3 innings. But he's on the short end of a 5-0 score. Perfect night here at O'Grady Field. Sun popping in and out. Just cool enough to be comfortable. Sun sneaking away so it doesn't bother anybody. Here we are. It's hard to imagine. We're halfway through August. It will be back to school pretty quickly. I know these kids are all looking forward to that. For Peabody, it'll be 10-1-2. Chris Martinello will lead it off. He's the extra hitter for Peabody. Peabody's missing their coach.
All right, boys, let's go.
Number 12, Chris Matinello.
Hit in the air, and there's Jennings. Jennings again, all the way over in front of Amaral, covering a lot of ground. He went and got it. He's done a terrific job in the outfield. He's done it offensively. He's been outstanding. He covered a lot of ground there. Took extra bases away from Martinello. One up, one down. James Smith bounced to the pitcher, leading off the bottom of the first. That one bounces in for ball one. In for a strike, 1-1. Waves at that pitch that was low,
Come on, kid, one
and
more.
it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, lined into center field for a base hit. Out at second base. That's Jennings getting it started. Outstanding. Jennings, I was about to say, Jennings held that to a single, getting to it quickly. They try to go for two, and they throw him out. Nice tag by Figueroa. Jennings to Peterson. So the hit is an out. Jerry Tolentino bounced out third to first. Outstanding defense. They did it last night. And that's how big is that play now as Tolentino gets a base hit. They did it last night. They were a little bit
Get this one now. Come on.
lazy on a strikeout that was dropped. And they threw the ball at first base. The ball was dropped at first base. And the runner was safe. And they wound up with Peabody loading the bases with one out. And it was still a game at the time.
Fielder, number 11,
And they hit the ball back to the mound. They went 1-3. And then the first baseman, Donnie, at the time, threw it to the catcher, his brother Donnie. And they completed the double play. 1-3-2. And got themselves out of an inning. Hit to second base. Amaral. He beat it. So it's an infield hit that brings up Alex Jackson, who's a very good hitter. So how big is that play at second base now? Jackson popped up to the shortstop. That infield grass is a little bit high. It slows that ball down. You have to charge it. Pearson had a little bit of a problem because he had a runner running from first to second. So he couldn't get to it as quickly as he wanted to. He made the play, but Jean-Pierre just beat it out. Hit foul toward the Lynn dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a big hitter to get out in a tough spot. Down and in for a ball.
Let's go, kid.
2-1 the count. As Donnie winds and delivers.
There you go.
In for a strike. And again, we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on.
All right, stay focused there.
Swing and a miss, a big strikeout. Comes up big when he needs it. Peabody threatens, and they go down again. So that big play, Jennings to Peterson to Figueroa, knocking the runner out, trying to go to second, was huge in the inning, followed by 2 base hits. Donnie gets a big strikeout to get out of it, and Lynn holds on to their shutout lead. It's Lynn 5, Peabody nothing at the end of 3. Gilmore Galva was a strikeout victim his first trip. Takes it wide for a ball. So Peabody is threatened. They get the first 2 on in the second. 2 strikeouts and a ground to the pitcher. Got Donnie out of the inning. Defense came up big in that inning, cutting down a runner, trying to go to second. And it was huge, followed by 2 base hits. Would have been at least 1 run. Donnie gets a big strikeout, a very good hitter, Alex Jackson. And Peabody is still off the board. In for strike, 3-1. Galva should still be fussy here. He's got the count his way, 3-1. And he draws a walk. Lynn has put the leadoff hitter on in all 4 innings.
First baseman, number 2, J.J. Avery.
J.J. Avery might look for a bunt here. Gets it down. Nice job by Avery moving the runner along.
All right, all right.
Nice job by Hartnett, the catcher, going out and getting it. He was the only one that could get it.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 1, Ryan Amaral.
Ryan Emerald, the right fielder. Struck out swinging. High for a ball.
Good eye.
Smith in his 4th inning of work. Still throwing the ball hard. He looked like he was trying to walk back to the Lynn dugout trying to bunt that one. He almost had his back turned to the pitcher trying to bunt the ball. That was way up and in. Slices it foul. Past first base. Count goes 1-2. Pitch was 8 feet over his head, and he tomahawked it, swung and missed. I've been watching this even in some of the high school games. These kids love that high pitch. That would have been a ball to Wilt Chamberlain.
Center fielder, number 7, Justin Jennings.
Justin Jennings has singled twice and scored twice. High and tight for a ball. He get hit on the back. I felt that one. You got to give these coaches a lot of credit. Jennings was the leadoff hitter earlier when they won. Last night they moved him down to the number 10 spot, and he got 2 big hits and knocked in the first 3 runs. Today they put him back in the leadoff spot. He gets 2 hits, scores 2 runs. Now he gets hit by a pitch. He's on base 3 times. Jimmy Burt, the coach, walking him down the first baseline. What a tremendous tournament this young man has had. Christian Figueroa has walked and singled and scored twice. Not bad for your first 2 hitters, scoring 4 of the 5 runs. Hit in the air to right field. they get Figueroa for the first time. So the walk and the hit batsman don't hurt. Lynn leaves a couple.
Ladies and gentlemen, blow-up sale continues. Ice cream and slush, 50 cents. Hot dogs, 50 cents.
Into the bottom of the fourth. We're halfway through the ball game. It'll be 5, 6, and 7
Soda, 50 cents. Powerade,
for Peabody.
and the mystery
Lynn holding on to a 5-0 lead.
They're all being sold at the
Donnie will start his fourth inning of work.
in the blue building. Again, right center field in the tan building is the bathroom. So if you
I've done these
use them,
pitcher catcher and city series in this game, and I keep pronouncing the name two ways. I say Donnie and I say Donnie. Hoping I get it right at least once. Matt Smith got a base hit his first time up. He'll lead off the bottom of the fourth. Lynn, we mentioned before, they lost the first game of the tournament Thursday night, 9-5. You could have got tremendous odds in Vegas that they would be here playing in this game. They went into losers bracket immediately, but they've come out of it. They beat Swampscott, they beat Beverly, they beat Marblehead, then they beat the undefeated team Peabody, and now to get here to this championship game, forcing the if necessary game, and have jumped out to a 5-0 lead. In for a strike. So it's pitcher against pitcher here. Pitching wide for a ball, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Gave that everything he had, swung right through it. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Out in front of that little off-speed pitch and punches it over toward the Lynn dugout. Count stays 1-2. That one hit the backstop on the fly. And the count's even at 2. Hit foul out of play. Ooh, one of the young kids running there's a huge big pile of sand or dirt, and the kids are playing on it. One of the little kids running to get over there. The ball that foul ball almost hit him. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got a good hitter. 4th strikeout for Donnie.
third baseman, 24,
Joseph Kika. Joseph. Joseth, Kika. He had a little ground ball down the first base line and outstepped the first baseman, beating it for a hit. Hit off the backstop, foul. Way out in front of that off-speed pitch. Good pitch by Donnie. Wide for a ball. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss for strike three. Back to back. 3 in a row. 2 here this inning. 1 to end the third. Dylan Anisi was a strikeout victim in the second inning.
Third baseman, number 34, Dylan Anisi.
My competition.
I was just going to say, that's the opposition.
Nah, we're all friends.
Missing for a ball.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Nice back, yeah.
A off-speed pitch drops in for a strike. Up and in for a ball. 2-1 the count. Anisi is the third baseman for Peabody. In for a strike, and we got Deuces Wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Down and in for a ball. The count goes full.
You got this.
The payoff pitch up and coming from Doney. Misses for ball 4. So 2-out walk gives Peabody a base runner. Second walk given up by Doney.
Number 50, Mason Klickstein.
Mason Klickstein struck out swinging his first trip.
Go, boys, get this one. There it is.
In for a strike. He get hit on the head, on the helmet. He jumps right up and runs to first base. That's good to see. Thank God he's okay.
Wally Lutz. Pizza's $1 a slice. Pizza, $1 a slice.
Go, boys. Any back in there now?
So both pitchers have hit a batter. For the third straight inning, Peabody has 2 on. Zach Harnett, the catcher, hit it well, but hit it right back to the pitcher who made the play and threw him out, ending the second inning. Here's Catone with another nice play. Defense doing the job. So for the third inning in a row, Peabody leaves 2, excuse me. We finished 4 in this Gallant final. Lynn 5, Peabody nothing. We'll start the 5th inning here at O'Grady Field. 3, 4, and 5
Come on, guys.
for Lynn.
Don't let up. Good eye, kid.
Pitcher Josh Doney. I just went over to grandfather and mom to find out the exact way to pronounce it. I've been saying it back and forth. Josh Doney. Brother Kyle Doney. Josh has got 2 base hits. He's knocked in 2 and scored a run. And now he's got 3 for 3. Not bad for the pitcher. For the 5th straight inning, Lynn has the leadoff hitter on.
Nice.
Third baseman,
Let's score him.
Nate Couteau.
Come on, Nate. Move around now, kid.
Nate Catone has struck out and walked. Waved at that pitch for strike 1. Try to change up, threw that way up in the air. The wild pitch will move the runner to second. So again, they have a runner in scoring position. Pops it, foul. Slices it down the first baseline. Almost found a good spot, but it's still foul. 1-2 the count.
Come on, Nate. Good eye, kid.
Thought about it, held up, and it was high for a ball, and the count evens at 2.
Yes.
Hit
Yeah.
in the left field for a base hit.
Go get there, get there, get there, get there, down. All right.
In with the run. It was bobbled out in left field. They held the runner at third. Catone with a big base hit. They held the runner at third. The ball was bobbled out in left field. So the error allows the run to score.
Now batting the second baseman, number 11, Jake Peterson.
Catone on the throw to the plate.
Go, Biscuits.
Moves over to second base. Hit in the center field for a base hit. Catone had to wait to see if the ball would be played. Peterson gets a base hit, and all of a sudden it's first and third with nobody out. A run in. Lynn has made it 6-0.
Now batting the catcher, number 5, Kyle Doney.
Kyle Doney has grounded out, struck out. And Peterson takes off for second base.
Let's go, Kyle.
It goes to the backstop, but nobody's going anywhere. So again, Lynn, second and third, a run in, nobody out. They've been an offensive machine since the first game. Little love tap to the second baseman. Reached out and just touched it. Half line drive, half pop up.
Now batting DH, 13,
Mike Phelps hit it off the fence in center field his first time up. Looked like he had a base hit the next time up. He hit it, looked like it was off the middle. The pitcher Smith made a nice play, picked it. Hit straight up in the air. The pitcher Smith makes the play at the mound.
Now batting the left fielder,
Two-way, Gilmer Galva, the left fielder, has struck out and walked. High for a ball. Pitched an outstanding game here last night against Peabody. Gave up 1 run. Chased that high pitch. Again, they love that high pitch. In for a strike. 1-2. Hit foul off the backstop.
Now he's gonna hit it the other way. Come on, kid.
Bounced that one in. Nice stop by the catcher, hotting it. And again, we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Oh, after giving up the run, second and third, nobody out, he gets out of it. 2 pop-ups and a strikeout. But Lynn adds to their lead. We'll move into the bottom half of the 5th, with Lynn leading it now 6-0.
We'll be racing over there.
remember, in the right field we have table setup. Yes, we sold out of t-shirts, first time ever.
8 strikeouts for Smith.
We'll have the raffle going on for the 2 tickets to the Boston Red Sox Minnesota Twins game on September 5th
10, 1, and 2 for Peabody
at the State
as Josh Doney
worth well over $600.
will start his 5th inning of work.
All proceeds from the sales of the raffle go to help defray the cost of the tournament.
Chris Martinello back to the top of the order. James Smith and Jariel Tolentino for Peabody, who find themselves in a hole. They were breezing through the tournament. They won their first 3. They drew a bye. Last undefeated team. Waited to see who came out of the losers bracket. And it was Lynn. And Lynn beat them the first game last night, 5-1. And how they jumped on them right away, getting 3 in the very first inning. They've added 3 more. They lead at 6-0 going here into the bottom of the 5th inning. Martinello flat out to center field. That was Jennings again, going way over to right center field to make the play. And we got Jaden Driscoll is now playing right field. Joe Sinibaldi is going to hit for Martinello. Takes the pitch high for a ball.
Go, kid.
Hit off the pitcher. Nice job, Josh Downey. Downey goes off his glove. He makes a very nice play. Stayed with it. Throws the hitter out. Not an easy play, but he made it look easy. 1 up, 1 down in the 5th. James Smith has bounced to the pitcher and singled. And he was the one that singled in a left center field, tried to stretch it to 2. And this is not Justin Jennings up that they just announced, because Justin Jennings plays for the other team. He tried to stretch it to a double, and Jennings to Peterson to Figueroa knocked him down at second base. Outstanding defense. Took a half swing and a pitch went around. 1 ball and 1 strike. We mentioned it. Peabody's missing their coach, Coach Cabral. He coached through the tournament, but his vacation started today. And of course his son was one of the players. Doney didn't like the baseball. The 2-1 pitch up and coming. Now we delay again. He didn't like the baseball. He changed it. Now we got another delay. We're finally going to get back to baseball. High for a ball. 3-1 the count. Chased the pitch that was high. Might have been ball 4. Instead, it's 3-2. Hit to right field. Here comes Driscoll in the. Almost overran it at the last second. He went up. Luckily, he was trying to come up with a rebound and picked it.
Now batting the shortstop, 7, Jariel Tolentino.
2 up, 2 down in the 5th. Jariel Tolentini grounded to third and singled. Wide for a ball. Hit foul out of play.
He's gonna bring it.
Hit the shot. Couldn't make the pick at first base. Low throw. Tolentino will reach on the error. First error for Lynn. Figueroa fielded, came up firing. Threw it just a little bit low.
Team, you'll win once.
Chase Jean-Pierre has walked and singled. So the error keeps the inning alive for Peabody. Down and in for a ball. 2-0. High for a ball. 3-0. Again, they have the green light on 3-0. Major leagues don't have the green light on 3-0. 3-1 the count. It's ball 4. So after 2 outs, an error and a walk extends the inning, and it allows a very good hitter again, Jackson. Doney has got him twice. Popped the shot. Last time up, he struck out swinging. So for the 4th inning in a row, Peabody has 2 on. They had 1 on in the first, but they've had 2 on in every inning since. The last 2 innings, they did it without a hit. A walk and a hit batsman. And now an error and a walk. As Jackson swings through the high pitch. Out at first base. Nice job by Figueroa. The grass slows that ball down considerably. So the error and the walk don't hurt. Peabody again leaves 2. 4th straight inning, they've left 2 base runners, but they still haven't got on the scoreboard. We finished 5. Lynn 6, Peabody nothing at the end of 5. J.J. Avery is the hitter trying to bunt the first pitch. Avery is struck out and sacrificed. Again, they stop running the scoreboard. Tries to bunt and fouls it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wide for a ball. Evens the count at 2. Fishing down and away for a ball. Count goes full, 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's the first thing that Lynn didn't get the leadoff hitter on base. Jaden Driscoll will hit for the first time. Hits it high and deep by the center fielder all the way to the fence. Driscoll, he gets hit with the throw. They threw it in and hit him on the arm. Driscoll gets a big double. He got all of that one on the first pitch. First extra base hit for Lynn. That's their 9th hit, first one for extra bases. We hope you're enjoying. We're out with all the fans. They walk to the concession stand. You get to see all the people walking back and forth. You're really in the middle of the game. So every inning, Lynn has had a runner in scoring position. Off-speed pitch, chopped at by Jennings. He singled and scored, got hit by a pitch. He's been on base 3 times. Hit foul out of play. And he has had one terrific tournament. He got a seeing eye single just inside the first base bag to lead off the game, scored the first run. Laid down a perfect bunt in the third, scored a run. Last time he got hit. Little tap to the first baseman. They get him for the first time. Christian Figueroa walked and scored, singled and scored, fly to right. He's been on base twice. They'll throw him out, and Lynn leaves a runner at third. So Driscoll's double goes by the boards. We'll move into the bottom half of the 6th. 5, 6, and 7 for Peabody. Concession stand again. Everything has been going down. With this being the last game of the season here at O'Grady Field. Slush and ice cream was like $1. Started, it's now down to 25 cents. Lynn is 6 outs away from winning the 2019 Gallant Tournament. And tall order for them, losing the first game in the tournament. They had to come back. They had to win every game after that. They had to beat the last undefeated team, Peabody, to force an if necessary game. They did that. Their offense has been unbelievable. There were 46 for 6 runs against after the Danvers game. Counting the Danvers game that they lost 9-5, there were 55 runs for, 15 runs against. And now add 6 more, and they've shut Peabody out here. Matt Smith is leading off for the third time. Chased the high pitch and swung right through it. He singled and struck out swinging. Foul to the backstop, and it's 1-2. Chop to third. Nice play by Catone. Cut over in front of the shortstop. If that goes to the shortstop, it's probably a base hit. But he's been outstanding at third base. One up, one down. Joseph Kika got an infield hit. Tapped one to first base and beat the first baseman to the bag. Last time up, he struck out. Hit the center field. And if you're Lynn, that's where you want the ball hit. He's been outstanding. Jennings in center field. 2 quick outs in the 6th.
Now batting third baseman, 34, Dylan Nisi.
Dylan Anise has struck out and walked. High and tight for a ball. Swing and a miss. Reached for that one and tapped it back. Almost a great play. Almost ran into the fence. Nate Catone almost made a great play there, going up against the fence, almost had it. I think bumping the fence knocked it out of his glove. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called right down the pipe. A 1-2-3 inning. Peabody down their last 3 outs. Lynn 3 outs away from finishing off a tremendous Gallant tournament. It's Lynn 6, Peabody nothing at the end of 6. They finally get Josh Doney out. He had 3 straight hits, 2 RBIs, scored 2 runs. He was 5-6 of the offense. He goes the other way and flies out to left field. They get him for the first time. He's also been outstanding on the mound for the 2nd straight game. He pitched the first game against Danvers and pitched well enough, but 1 bad inning cost him. To get Nate Catone on the ground ball to third. 2 up, 2 down. Jake Peterson grounded to first, getting an RBI, struck out, singled. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. And he was involved in that. It was a big play because it was a hit with an out. Try to stretch it to a double. He was involved in the relay that knocked the runner down second and was followed by 2 base hits. Would have been a much bigger inning. Would have been a run. And at least 1st and 3rd. In for a strike. I think you can tell the Lynn fans didn't appreciate that call.
Let's go, kid. Protect now.
And most of,
Heads up.
most of those groaning were Peterson family members. High for a ball. We got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 7th. chased the high pitch. So 1-2-3 inning for Smith and Peabody. And we're down to the bottom of the 7th.
We are trying to pull a winning ticket for the Red Sox. Twins.
So we'll move into the bottom of the 7th.
September 5th.
Matt Smith went 7 innings.
Your names are on the back.
He gave up the 6 runs. They were earned.
You can pick them up tonight.
9 hits.
If you're not here, you're not hearing this,
He walked 3.
but we will get the tickets to you.
He struck out 10. But Lynn just got good at bats. A couple of wild pitches. They swung the bat really well, and they've done it really well since the first game. And now Peabody is down to the last 3 outs, and they're down to the last 3 hitters, 8, 9, and 10. Josh Doney trying to finish off his second outstanding performance. We mentioned he pitched the first game and pitched well enough to maybe get the win, but a little shaky defense, a couple of walks. They didn't get a lot of hits, but they turned that over.
When they call it after.
Right fielder, number 50, Mason.
Mason Klickstein has struck out and got hit by a pitch.
Go, Josh!
High for a ball. Lynn is doing right now, right? I mentioned before, he could probably get very good odds. Peterson makes the play. After that first game, dropping into the loser's bracket that quickly, you could have got tremendous odds that they would be even in last night's game, never mind this night's game, and winning it. Especially with Peabody having their ace, Smith, on the mound.
Now batting the catcher, number 8.
Zach Harnett bounced to the pitcher and bounced to third.
Go, Josh!
Hit the shot. Figueroa makes it look easy. 2 quick outs, 1 out away.
Who wants it? Go!
To steal a great phrase, do you believe in miracles?
Now batting E8, number 15, Joe Sinovaldi.
Waves at that pitch. In for a strike. Peabody down to their last strike. He would love to put an exclamation point on this one. High for a ball. White knuckle time for the Lynn fans. They're all on the edge of their seats waiting to jump up and scream. Chop foul.
Go, Josh!
Strike 3 call with an exclamation point. Lynn is the 2019 Gallant Tournament champions. And they did it in fine fashion, losing the very first game and coming all the way out of the losers bracket to win it. Congratulations to Jeff Earp, Jimmy Burt, Rich Avery, the coaching staff, Dave Galigi. They got these kids after the first game prime. They really put it together. 61 runs against 15 in the 52-6 after that first loss. They just put it all together defensively, offensively, pitching. A great team effort by the Lynn team. And they hold an undefeated Peabody team to 1 run in 2 games. Galva giving up 1. Doney giving up none. Lynn got all they needed in the first inning. Jennings got a seeing eye hit inside the first base bag. Stole second. Figueroa walked. Downey got a base hit, knocking in a run. A wild pitch scored Figueroa. Peterson bounced to first base with a runner at third, knocking in a run. It was 3-0 Lynn. They got 2 in the third. Again, Jennings got a base hit. Figueroa got a base hit, sending him to third. Doney got a base hit, knocking in the run.
Go to concession stand and help get whatever you want. Go now.
A wild pitch scored a run. It was 5-0. And then in the 5th, Doney again led off with a base hit, went to second on a wild pitch, third on a hit by Catone, and scored on Peterson's base hit to make it 6. And that was the final score as they win it 6-0. They outscored Peabody 11-1. Peabody was the undefeated team coming in. For Lynn, Jennings had 2 base hits, got hit by a pitch, scored 2 runs. Figueroa had a walk, a single, scored twice. Doney had 3 straight hits, knocked in 2, scored 2. Catone had a walk and a hit, played very well at third base. Peterson had a single and then knocked in a run. Phelps had a big double off the fence. Driscoll came in the game and got a double. And for Doney on the mound, he goes no runs, 4 hits, walked 3, struck out 7 in a tremendous performance. Lynn comes all the way out of the losers bracket to knock off undefeated Peabody not once but twice, holding them to 1 run in 2 games. And after the first game, they were a little shaky in the first game. They came out extremely strong and put a lot of offense together, scoring 61 runs in the tournament. Playing outstanding defense. Figueroa at short, Catone at third, Peterson at second, Emerald when he played second. Jennings was outstanding in center field. He scored 2, got him going today, scoring 2 runs. He knocked in the first 3 runs last night, made a great catch, taking a runaway last night, made a couple of nice plays tonight. Cut off a hit that could have been a double, and it wound up throwing the runner out at second base on a great relay. That was big because they got 2 hits after that, and it was still a game at the time. So Jennings was outstanding in the outfield. Driscoll played well in the outfield, considering he's a catcher back at Pine Hill. Everybody come up with some big base hits along the way to generate the offense that they needed. The pitching, Galva pitched outstanding in 2 games. Doney outstanding in 2 games. Could have won the first game as well. Peterson gave him a big effort with a big win. And offense, defense, pitching put it all together. And it winds up with Lynn losing the first game and coming all the way back and winning 5 in a row to win the tournament, beating the undefeated team twice and walking out with the hardware. And we're waiting for them to announce the MVP, the outstanding pitcher. There'll be awards given for both teams. And we're waiting for the announcement. They're making the presentations now, the runner-up trophy. The Peabody MVP was James Smith.
Jariel Valentino.
They're giving out the medals now,
11.
individual medals to the Peabody team. They had a tremendous tournament. They played really, really well. They just ran into a buzzsaw, the Lynn team. These 2 games have been unbelievable for the Lynn team, holding this very good Peabody team to one run. Peabody threatened. They had 2 on in 4 straight innings. But in the last 3, Tony gave up only 1 base hit. They had only 1 base run at Peabody in the last 2 innings. Had no base runs in the last 2 innings. He retired the last 7 hitters in a row and just pitched outstanding and swung the bat pretty well, getting 3 for 4 with 2 RBI and 2 runs scored. They're giving out the awards to the coaches and the players.
Take the extra trophies and take some pins for him, please. The team MVP. Team Coaches Award for Peabody. Jariel Valentino.
Jariel Valentino gets the coaches award from Peabody.
Team MVP for Peabody. Matt Smith.
Matt Smith gets the team MVP from Peabody. He had an outstanding tournament at shortstop, and he pitching today, swinging the bat. He had a very good tournament all the way around.
The championship trophies and pins
Now for the Lynn champions.
for Lynn. Number 7, Justin Jennings.
Justin Jennings, who had a tremendous tournament, offensively and defensively.
Christian Figueroa.
Christian Figueroa picking up his hardware.
12,
Josh Doney getting 2 wins, swinging the bat extremely well in the tournament.
Number 11,
Hank Catone,
Jake Peterson.
Jake Peterson,
5,
Kyle
Kyle Jones.
Doney did a great job he did behind the plate, catching every game. Mike Phelps swung the bat well as the extra hitter. Gilmer Galva had those 2 big wins. J.J. Avery, the first baseman for this one. Coach's son. Ryan Emerald had a very good term as well, hitting and running the bases. Jojo Hernandez. Gilbert Galva. Jaden Driscoll had some big hits, some big plays in the field. Anthony Seals. Rich Avery, Jim Burt, Dave Galisi, and the manager, Jeff Rupp. Outstanding job by those 4 gentlemen.
Coaches Award for Lynn, Nate Coutone.
Nate Cotone gets the coaches award. Was outstanding. He was a vacuum cleaner at third base and come up with some big hits.
Now time.
We're back at O'Grady Field with a very happy manager, players. Congratulations to Lynn on the 36th Gallant Championship.
Thank you.
Jeff, I knew you knew this was a piece of cake once you lost the initial game to damage. All you had to do was go all the way through the losers bracket, hit the ball better, pitch better, no errors. All of a sudden, the offense came to life, the pitching came to life, the defense came to life. It was contagious after a while.
Yes, it was. After that first game, we were all questioning. I think the kids were questioning themselves. We were as coaches. We practiced. Didn't know what to expect. They could have taken a little bit. Anyway, for them to reach down like they did, I've never seen anything like it. This group of kids and what they accomplished. Intestinal fortitude. How's that, Dave Galisi? Is that all right? Intestinal fortitude?
Rich Avery, I look back and you look at this and you say all of a sudden the hits start falling, the plays are being made, the pitching is going good. I said before, the odds you could get in Vegas after the first game that you would do all of this. And to get to play against a very good Peabody team and not only beat them once, but beat them twice and give up only 1 run in the 2 games is phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, the kids did beyond our expectations as far as, especially against Peabody. I mean, to give up 1 run against a team that, went to the sectionals this year and, they combined with Peabody West, that's a strong team right there. It just shows you what these kids, when you put Lynn together, what we're made of. These kids never, the moment wasn't too big for them. All they did was hit and do exactly what we asked them. They're great kids and they're great baseball players.
We'll talk to a couple of kids. I'm looking at, where's Christian Figueroa? Shortstop, you played outstanding. The defense was good. You got, right off the bat, you got 3 runs in the first inning, and you and Jennings got it started, got it going. You scored the first 2 hitters. You're up twice. You scored both times. You made some really nice plays at shortstop. Did you feel comfortable out there?
Yeah.
Fielding the ball, throwing the ball?
Yeah.
How'd you feel with the third baseman, second baseman next to you? You had some help.
Yeah, they played great too.
Yeah, they certainly did. We'll look at, where's Josh?
Right behind you. Right here.
I don't know how many times I pronounced your name. Downey. It's Downey, right?
Yeah.
But all you did was pitch wins, strike out batters, make plays at first base, get a couple of hits all over the place, knock in runs. You had a tremendous tournament. Did you feel comfortable?
Yeah, I felt really comfortable after our first win because I knew that we could do it.
How did you feel that every time you threw the ball, you were throwing it to your brother?
I couldn't trust anyone anymore. I've always been playing catch with him, and he's always been my catcher, so.
How was the crowning point yesterday when Peabody threatening and it's still a game and ground ball back to the mound? After you and your brother had a little lackadaisical on the strikeout, allowed the guy to reach first base and looked like Peabody bases loaded, they might have a threat. All of a sudden, back to the mound, to you, to your brother, Doney to Doney, and all of a sudden it's a double play. That had to be a little light.
Yeah, we got out of that situation just like that, in the snap of a finger.
Yeah,
So
that was really nice, really good. Where is the other half? Where is Kyle?
He's right here.
behind you.
Get up here. Nobody got to see you through the whole tournament because you wore the mask and the chest protector behind the plate. You did a terrific job. You threw a runner out at the plate when they tried to score in a game that was important. Threw a runner out at third. Got a big hit in the Swampscott game to knock in 3 runs, clearing the bases. You got to feel pretty good about yourself.
Yeah, I did.
How does it feel being behind the plate catching your brother?
Good.
Did you feel comfortable back there?
Yeah.
And all one-word answers?
Yes.
Okay. What about Nate Catone? I said you were a human vacuum cleaner at third base. You made all the plays. You got a couple of big hits. A couple of times you cut in front of the shortstop, made plays. If it goes to the shortstop with the slow infield, it's going to be a base hit, but you took it away. You had to really feel comfortable out there defensively.
Yeah, I was kind of comfortable.
You almost made that big play on the pop-up. If you hit one more step, you banked in the fence, you would have made a great play.
Yeah. He caught me and saved me from running into the fence.
Yeah. You get some big hits. How does it feel to be the champion of the Gallant Tournament?
It feels good because I'm an 11-year-old and I can come back as a 12-year-old and know how it feels.
Yeah, you're part of a group of 11-year-olds. Okay, we get to, where's Jake? Pearson, you did most of it. You played second base, pitched, got a couple of big hits, a couple of RBIs. You had a very nice tournament. You were a big part of this team winning this tournament. How do you feel?
Good.
You had You're the biggest rooting section here. You had 9 million people, family members, that were rooting you on.
Mhm.
So were you comfortable out there as well?
A little the first game, but then once we found our winning thing, then I felt good out there.
How'd you feel on the mound when you're out there and you got near the end of the game? You feel like you were going to win the game?
Good, it felt good.
Yeah, it's big. So you're a big part of this tournament as well. Who we got? We got Mike Phelps. Oh, turn around so you can see that pretty face.
Mr. Dirty Boy.
You almost hit the ball out of the park tonight. You hit the ball off the fence. You got a couple of big hits. You didn't have to worry about the defense. You were comfortable just sitting on the bench rooting for everybody. All you had to do was swing the bat.
Yeah,
How did it feel?
good.
You get some big hits?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, all right. All right, okay. Where's Gilmer? Outstanding pitcher in the tournament, well deserved. Yeah, pitched a great game. They had to win the first one to get to the second one. He did a great job last night. Hit the only home run in the tournament for the Lynn team. You had to feel really good about yourself.
I feel so comfortable and I feel amazing. This is a good tournament.
Yeah, yeah. How did you come up with that windup? Over your head, stretching on the mound, a lot of movement?
My coach always tell me that every time that I gotta do my wind up, I gotta go down because if I go up, the ball is gonna be always a ball.
How did it feel playing with all these guys, the Lynn team playing in the Gallant Tournament?
It feels so good because then you can make friends in the tournament.
And win it besides.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even better. J.J. Avery sneaking up on me. It had to be an ordeal. It's nice to play with all these kids, but then you were forced to play with your father as the coach as well, so that had to be kind of a negative for you for this year, right?
I mean, no, but because I've been
You're saying that because he's standing right next to you.
I've been coached by him all my life. So
Yeah, I know. It's nice to be involved in this. It's nice to have a family atmosphere and make some friends and play. And you played well at first base. Got a nice sacrifice down. Rooting up everyone. You played well.
yeah,
How's it feel to be the winner in the championship?
it feels good. I mean,
Is this 2 years in a row? Did you win the City Series last year?
yeah.
Yeah, so Pine Hill won it last year. Now you win it this year. You're on a roll.
Mhm.
All right, now you're going to find something else to win next year, so you're going to make it 3 in a row. All right, where's Ryan Emerald? You play well. You had to play right field. You had to play second base. You ran the bases well. You got a couple of hits. You made a couple of nice plays. How'd you feel out there?
Felt good and comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Made a lot of friends.
Yep.
And you bothered the catchers and the pitchers, dancing around second and third, trying to make them force the throw, stealing bases.
Yeah, made him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
You ran the bases well. You played well. You
Yeah.
got to feel good about yourself.
I do. Yeah.
It's nice being a champion.
It is.
Where's Jaden Driscoll?
Let's go, Jaden.
You got the shot tonight. You finally got in the game. You almost overran it, but you made the play in right field. Then you got a big double, and you got some big hits during the game. A little different for you. I watched you from Pine Hill. You were a catcher.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're out in the outfield.
I feel like I do better in the outfield anyway.
Well, you'd rather be an outfielder?
Yeah.
Well, you did a good job out there. You made some nice plays, got some big hits. You were a big part of this tournament as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And one more thing before we go, we look at Josh, the MVP of the tournament. Not too shabby. The last 2 games you pitched, a little bit tough the first game. They made a few errors behind you. You pitched well enough to win,
Yeah.
but we weren't hitting and we weren't playing defense the way we were the last few games. But they really picked it up for you the last 2 games. And then today you had 3 straight hits, knocked in 2, scored 2. You were a big part. 6 runs scored. You knocked in 2 and scored 2. That's 4 of the 6. That's huge. You're taking a big piece of hardware home. How's that feel?
It feels really good to know that we won it and I got the tournament MVP.
And you did it with your brother playing as well.
Yeah.
So the family type atmosphere.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations to all you guys. Congratulations to the coaches, the players, and you should say a very big combined thank you. You had a lot of fans out in the outfield that were rooting for you. So what do you say to them?
Thank you.
All right. So Lynn does it. They lose the first game of the tournament. They fight all the way back. They had to beat a Peabody team twice. Not only did they beat them twice, but they held them to 1 run in 2 games, and they made it look easy after that first game. The offense, pitching, defense all came together. The coaches did a great job getting his kids back, forgetting about the first game and just concentrating, like Bill Belichick says, next game is the most important game. They showed that. Great team effort. Everybody that played contributed. Everybody can walk out of here with their heads up. You're a big part of this championship. Congratulations, and you're bringing yet another Gallant championship back to Lynn, where it belongs. Congratulations. We hope you enjoyed it. Lynn 6, Peabody nothing for the Gallant championship. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.